This episode of the VA Centers podcast is proudly sponsored by AccessBet.
Take this code and play the game at AccessBet.
Oh wow. Thank you.
Enjoy 100% first deposit bonus, cut one permutation, virtual games, live bets, cash out, all on AccessBet. AccessBet, your access to millions.
Welcome to the latest episode of the VN Center podcast. I'm your host, Tega, joined by Edmund Oris, Dr. Williams, and a new guest on the show once again. For the second week in a row, we have a new panelist joining us, Dr. Byrant. Well, I will let everybody introduce themselves one after the other. Oris, how are you doing today?
Well, Tega, you know me. As far as we're talking about football, I am always good. I'm excited. We have a new guest. I can't wait to start talking sports to you guys.
Dr. Williams, how are you doing?
Fam, it's been a great time. I've been home. The weekend has been very cold, but I'm happy to get the hits of the podcast. I'm edging. I'm on the seat. I have a new guest. Yeah, I can't wait to talk sport.
And finally, Dr. Ryan, how are you doing?
Hi guys, it's an absolutely fantastic honor to be included on the podcast. I love sports, anything sports, and I'm ready to go.
You sound very excited. Rumors that you're a Manchester United fan. I've not heard a Manchester United fan so excited in a long time.
Fundamental statement of fact. It is not a rumor. I'm a United fan through and through. Sadly,
I saw someone's tweet on Twitter. I said, when are Man United fans going to be happy again? And I found the tweet absolutely ridiculous. I could not stop laughing. But it's good saying happy one too.
Yeah, let's talk about a very happy United fan, Odion Ighalo. Surprisingly, it was a very shock move at the end, at the last day of the transfer window. Ighalo signed for Manchester United. I don't know. For me, I feel it's removing my Nigerian sentiments aside. I felt it was like a backward movement for Manchester United because at the beginning of the transfer window, they started with Haaland. All of a sudden, they moved to Cavani. All of a sudden, they moved to Joshua King. And at the last second, it was as if they were just climbing a hill and dropping downwards. And at the last second, it was Odion Ighalo that was the last pick. Oris, what do you think about that?
Well, like you said, for me as a Nigerian, I'm happy for Ighalo, but let's remove sentiments aside. Yeah, let's take sentiments aside. For me, it's a bad move for Manchester United, I beg, because the level they are trying to get to, I don't think Ighalo is going to, and it will score goals though. But for a club that started the transfer window, like you said, trying to get Haaland, who is pumping in goals at Dortmund, left, right, center, the guy cannot help himself. You understand? It's Ighalo from China on loan. It's like, I don't know, but let's see how it goes though. But I would not want Ighalo to play for my club, but let me be honest.
Yeah, I think Ighalo's transfer is the sanest thing that United can do right now. He's a proven goal scorer in the English Premiership. We are seriously lacking a centre forward. I don't want to be too critical about Ole, but you don't sell your top striker without replacing that person. Yeah. Martial has been in for 5 years. He has never played as a centre forward. He would never be a centre forward. So asking him or Rashford to play as a centre forward is a total waste of time. Ighalo's buy, it's not a headline buy, but it's going to be productive. We did something like this a couple of years ago, I think in 2004, 2005. We had lots of injuries in January, and then we had to buy Henrik Larsson, the Swedish guy who played in Barcelona for a while. And he came in January and he did quite well. So in January, you don't really have so many excellent players available in the market. Odion Ighalo is here. We are paying 1/3 of his salaries. He knows the English Premiership. He's an out-and-out striker. It's a win-win situation for everybody.
Williams, Ryan talks about Ighalo scoring goals for fun. But one thing about Ighalo recently is that he hasn't played since December, and his last season in the Premiership was very bad. That he was sitting on the bench throughout the whole season before he got shipped away to China. Do you think he's going to really change anything for Manchester United in terms of goal scoring?
Well, I think Ighalo is here for a short fix. I don't really see it as a permanent deal. But I think in the long run, I think in the summer, they are going to try and get a very good striker. I think that's the plan. Just get someone to fix it up, like an alternative to Rashford, not a runner. Try and get somebody that is bodied, that can nod, that can run, that can finish. It's a short fix. And Ighalo fit, I think, Ole's profile. And again, the kind of manager you have determines the kind of players you can push to the club. Ole doesn't have that player pool.
That pool,
yes, you can't see somebody like Mourinho trying to buy Ighalo or Guardiola trying to buy Ighalo.
Please, point of correction, Williams. There are rumors rumors that Mourinho tried to sign him for Tottenham, but he rejected because Man United was his boyhood club and his dream move.
Okay. I think they told you that on your WhatsApp group.
No. They are actually rumors. They are genuine rumors about that.
Well, I think Man United should have gone for Piatek. He was available for about 30 million. I think that should have been a better alternative than Ighalo. But well, again,
I don't want to agree. I don't want to agree with you, Williams, on that one. Why? There are no guarantees with Piatek.
But that's there are guarantees with Ighalo.
Yes.
Somebody that has been playing in China.
No, Williams, I feel more guaranteed because I think Ighalo has played in the Premier League before and he has scored.
You understand? There are a lot of that will go against Piatek.
Ighalo is not 27. He's not 28. Ighalo is at the declining. He has gotten to the.
How old was Zlatan when we bought him?
No, Ighalo is 30. Abi?
Ighalo is 30.
30 is not bad.
How old was Zlatan when we bought him?
30 is not bad now.
You people are bringing your Nigerian sentiment into this day. I'm happy for Ighalo, but coming to a club like Manchester United, I don't feel it's going. He should have just continued his trade in China. And
Williams, let me ask you a question.
Okay, Man U fan, go on.
What value does United give to anybody right now?
Well, currently your club doesn't add a lot of value to anybody.
Exactly my point. So we are not in a position to select who is good or who is excellent. We still make the mistake of rating this United club to the United of 2000, 2008, 2009. This club is basically useless right now.
I think
Edmund, they are trying to sign bench now.
Where I said, Man United, your team has Lingard, you have Pereira, you have Shaw, and then you know that Alisson has more
assists than Lingard.
No, this begs my question. I'm going to direct to Ryan because Williams said something very important just now. He said Solskjaer doesn't have the power to he doesn't have the convincing power to really sign key names. So we are thinking, okay, in the summer now they're going to get in a better striker because obviously Lukaku will be somewhere in Italy laughing at what's happening at Amayo. Which star player can Solskjaer actually come? We are looking at getting star players in the summer.
No, you're getting it wrong. We are not looking for a top player. We are looking for a top coach.
Okay, so that means Solskjaer needs to be sacked. That's what you're saying.
The first thing we need to do is to get another coach. This guy does not have what it takes to take United to the next level.
A coach who conveniently. Pochettino is free. Asarenga is free.
I don't even think Pochettino is the best deal. We don't even have very good managers available right now. Do you understand? It starts from the club, no, definitely Emery. A coach who would sit down and ask Ozil to go and mark. Obviously has no idea what football is. I may be overly critical, but that's just the truth. Do you understand? We really don't even have a lot of top-class coaches available right now.
Ryan, so what you are saying is that the way it be like this, hope not day for Man United.
For now, there is no hope. Coach has to go. Let me say something there. It is not even about, we don't even have a direction. That's where it's going to start from. The club needs to, you see this class of 1999, we want to bring back the class of 99, we want to bring back the United of 2008. It's a myth. It is not going to be achievable or actualizable in modern football. So the club needs to tell themselves, what do we want to do? Where are we going to do? What do we intend to achieve? What structures are we going to put on ground to get to this point? And who will be the best manager to take us to that direction? And the way it's going, that's not going to happen in the next 3 or 4 years.
Which is sad for Manchester United. A club now that is trying to get towards the right direction. As now, this January, they got in a defender, Mari, and they got in Cedric Suarez from Southampton. Yeah, Cedric Suarez from Southampton on loan. Williams, what's your take on Arsenal's business in January?
You people don't give me enough credit for seeing the future on this podcast. I literally announced this a week ago, but Edmund was doubting me. But look at us now. Well, I think the deal is very good. One thing about the Mari deal is that Arteta has coached him when he was in Manchester City before moving on to Deportivo and Flamengo and all that. So Arteta is already used to the player. Though they are not so fantastic signings, but they are better than what we have currently. Cedric coming in is going to do a makeshift with Bellerin because Nathan Niles is not a right back. He's a central midfielder. And Cedric is also attacking minded and has good defensive balance like Bellerin. So it was a good deal for Cedric. Though he's injured, we take about a week or two for us to get him back to full fitness. And luckily for us, he came at the right time because of the mid-season break, which we are going to Dubai. So he's going to train with the club. And in the long run, I'm going to see Mari and maybe Louis starting, or Mari and maybe Socrates. But definitely Mustafi is out of the first 11. That one is clear. And I think Arsenal needs this break. They need to really look at themselves and tell themselves the truth. Can we get to the top 4? If no, can we win the Europa League? So these are really key areas Arteta needs to look at for. Though the signings they are okay signings, they are not exceptional signings. That's just the truth. But they are there to do the job.
Paul Merson did say that Arsenal are basically picking players nobody wants to buy.
Yes, I saw that, and I have to agree with him. We're not in any bidding war for all these players. It was a very simple deal. But yet again, we are trying to get who will do the job, not who everyone is after. That's one thing about the market. So
exactly why Ighalo is a good deal for United.
Yes, for a short fix, which is what you need him for. It's not a bad deal. If it's for a long run fix, Ighalo was a bad deal.
Man United, see, good luck with you people. I wish you guys all the best.
Okay, so Oris, now on Arsenal, Arteta came in and there was this whole talk of a change in playing style and every single thing. We've accepted it. Okay, he's trying to bring in a playing style and all that rubbish in between. They got a draw against Chelsea and they were celebrating it like a win, which is fine because they were down to 10 men. But they played against Burnley today and it was a 0-0 draw. That's just one win in over, I think, 7 games now for Arteta.
Which was a better deal. Burnley defeated United by 2 goals.
So Oris, when does, how will I put it now, Arteta, is it back to reality now, or is it still in this honeymoon phase?
This guy, listen, you have to be realistic. This is his first managerial job in his career, and he's joining midway a team in crisis, a team devoid of confidence. You understand? They could barely win away from home. Now they don't lose. For me, it's progress, guy. You understand? Yes, a lot of draws, but for a start, it is not bad. Plus, they are not so far behind Chelsea and United. When you look at the point difference, it's not so bad. Yes, they are still not far from relegation. They are just like in between. They are floating. But I feel like if they continue on the path that they are in right now, the wins will come. I cannot be critical of the guy. See, first job, new team, midway of the season. Guy, what do you want? What do you expect? You're expecting him to be winning. If he's winning like that, then come on.
It's be like social. Only at the wheel now.
Exactly. For me. But with this one, when Solskjaer was winning, you could see that there wasn't really any clear. Exactly, there wasn't really any. But with Arteta, you can see the way he wants to play, the idea and the style you get. So they just need to fix a couple of things, and with time, they will be getting those draws, will be turning to win. So if I was Arsenal fan, I'll be very optimistic.
If you were an Arsenal fan, bro, have you the camp?
Yeah, I stopped supporting Arsenal long before Arsene Wenger left that club, guys.
So I'm the only one on this ship. I'm the only one on this ship.
Footballers change their club. Mourinho coach Chelsea, coach Man United, coach Tottenham.
So who are you not to change club?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So I'm fooling myself.
For Chelsea went about portraying this transfer. They had this transfer ban. They couldn't sign players last summer. They went about trial last year trying to overturn the ban. They finally overturned the ban, and it was crickets throughout January. No signing, just rumors upon rumors. Not even one. Even if it was Ighalo, to even make Chelsea fans happy, but it was that bad that Chelsea didn't get any player. And I saw a tweet by a friend of mine where she said, "No signings is better than bad signings at all." Rian, what do you think about Chelsea's business in January?
Well, Chelsea has over 35 players on loan. The club in itself is not in a bad shape. You see, a lot of us need to understand that many of these clubs are in transition. Okay, Arsenal is in transition. Chelsea is in transition. United I have no idea what they are in right now.
I thought you wanted to say transition.
United is
the thing
confused.
everybody can't be winning games. Some people have to drop points. So Chelsea, Arsenal, well, let me just say, man, I'm not adding the United to it. There are clubs in a different phase. And so the expectations shouldn't be too high, because if the expectations are too high, that's when you get really disappointed. So let's just chill and say, okay, we know you're not winning the league this season. We know you're not going to win the Europa League. Let's just see some sign of progress. And I think that's what everybody's doing right now.
Okay, Ryan, I feel like the best person to talk, I want to hear what Tega feels about Chelsea, because it looks like a lot of Chelsea fans are not really happy with the way the club is being run because of the lack of transfer activities. And also the fact that I don't think a lot of them are happy with Lampard. I see tweets from big Chelsea fans. They're saying they are not really excited to watch Chelsea play. So Tega, how are you feeling as a Chelsea fan with Lampard and the club?
Okay, for Chelsea now, on the lack of transfers, I'll blame this directly on the board to start with, because the thoughts about overturning this ban, it finally happened, and they couldn't even sign one player because Lampard basically was crying in every press conference in January, saying he needs a player, he was basically saying this, and now they've made Lampard, this is what happens to every Chelsea coach, where the coach becomes the fall guy when something bad happens. Lampard cried for signings, he couldn't get any signing. On his last press conference before the match against Leicester City, basically said it was his shortest press conference ever as a Chelsea manager. Basically said Chelsea's not going to sign anybody and we should forget about transfers. So now Chelsea's in fourth position, and realistically we are not even thinking of top for this season. But the way the season has gone, now, it's better. We are in a good position to see that top four is achievable. Why not back the manager and get him, even if it's a short-term fix or two players? Because obviously the players we have now are not helping solutions.
I want to ask a question. Where do you think Chelsea needs reinforcement?
So, obviously, Tammy Abraham, number one. We don't even need a backup to Tammy Abraham. We need an experienced striker that can teach Tammy Abraham.
Do you know how many strikers you have, Chelsea?
Chelsea has Tammy Abraham, has Batshuayi, has Giroud, and obviously Lampard. Now, this all boils down to the coach, because Lampard doesn't have faith in Giroud, obviously. So Giroud is third choice striker. He's not even on the bench he has not even been on the bench for 90% of Chelsea games. So he's using Batshuayi.
What's your problem with Tammy? Because Tammy has double-digit figures in goals this season already.
It's not about the double-digit figures now for Tammy Abraham. It's about finishing chances. If you watch Chelsea's game, there's a particular pattern with every Chelsea match: dominates, pass the ball around, get to the attacking phase, and not convert chances. Reece James is one of the best crossers in the league. He should have at least 10 assists this season. You see,
how about the coach having a plan B? You should be able to modify your team's formation.
Exactly. You have a good crosser, like you said. Now we have Giroud. You have Giroud. Giroud is one of the best headers of the ball in the world.
So why is Giroud on the bench?
In the world.
Yeah. Is he not Williams?
Is in the world.
Jose has lost Harry Kane. He has shaped his team to play Lucas Moura and Son as centre forwards.
So I'm brought in a winger to make
it's the best of. It's not the best of formations, but it's claiming in point. CHO is there. He could play as a centre forward.
That guy in a fraud.
Don't
call that guy here,
CHO was valued at 70 million by Bayern Munich. 70 million.
Were blind. Something was wrong with them. I'm sure they will be thanking their stars.
It was that Kovacs. It was Kovacs that wanted to buy him. It's not their coach.
Jesus Christ, that guy is clueless.
I think they have a very good squad. N'Golo Kante is a World Cup winner. Jorginho is one of the best passers of the ball. Willian is absolutely unplayable on his days. Kovacic is also very good.
Okay. William's days are like maybe 3 in a calendar year, please. Let's see.
3 out of 365. And he has already completed 1 against Tottenham. So that's like 2. So remaining 2.
Last thing on Chelsea. This question is directed at Oris. Lampard benched Kepa for Caballero against Leicester City, and obviously it didn't pan out. I won't say it didn't pan out well, because Caballero was at fault for one of the goals. What do you think about Lampard benching a youngster who is obviously not? It's not the problem with Chelsea now, because for me, it's the defense that is our issue, not the goalkeeper. What do you think about Lampard benching a young keeper for a 38-year-old goalkeeper who is on the verge of retiring?
I think it was a good move. When I saw it, I was very happy, because as a goalkeeper, you have to know that you have responsibilities. I mean, this is the most expensive goalkeeper in the world, but not to bring price tag here. He has been making a lot of mistakes. You understand? So it's good to know that yes, if you don't perform, you sit on the bench, no matter how not good the second option is. You understand? So I felt it was a good move. I feel like it would do him a lot of good in the long run. So for the meantime, let Caballero just be between the sticks. I saw it tweet from a Chelsea fan that said, "I would rather play without a goalkeeper than start Kepa." So I feel like it's normal. I feel like Ole said there was a period where he would have done that with David De Gea when he was making a lot of calamitous decisions and a lot of mistakes, but it didn't happen. I feel like it's a good move.
One thing about goalkeepers, the older they are, the better, actually. And then you wouldn't want to blame Caballero, someone whose best performance is in training. Throwing that person into the match, as it were, is going to take a lot. You see, there's a certain. I am in goal. I play as a goalkeeper.
That's true.
There is something a goalkeeper needs to understand, or there's something people need to understand about goalkeeping. There's a certain level of rapport and confidence you build with your back four.
Yes.
The moment you develop that connection with your back four, the whole back four and the goalkeeper will be imperious. Because, okay, if I'm playing with Williams as centre back and Tega as centre back, I know that Tega would die on that line. I know that, Williams will run over the ball or Williams will go try and score at the other end of the pitch, but Tega remains here. As much as you're going to blame Kepa, how many times has Kepa played with the same back four consistently and concurrently? The moment you keep tinkering with your back four, today you're playing 3-5-2. The other day you're playing 3-4-3. Today, Tomori plays as centre back. Tomorrow it's Zuma. Next tomorrow is Christensen. It doesn't allow for consistent building of communication between the goalkeeper and his centre backs. I'm not trying to make a case for Kepa. There are some goals that have been his fault. Balls that should have been punched out or caught, he had made those mistakes. But sometimes these players need to sit on the bench, reevaluate their positions. Who knows? Maybe Kepa would. In fact, the moment I saw Kepa arguing with Sarri a couple of years ago about leaving when the penalty was about to be taken, I knew this guy was going to be a problem.
A team that has a very stable defense nowadays doesn't concede goals like they used to. Real Madrid, they played Atletico Madrid on Saturday. Was a sweet victory for Real Madrid. Although in the first half they didn't play so well, but in the second half they made some very good changes. Brought in Vasquez, brought in Vinicius, and second half Real Madrid were all over Atletico Madrid. And see about Real Madrid now, they now play very well and they are not conceding goals anymore. It's like Courtois is now a reborn person, and it's just
a reborn snake.
Yeah. So Williams, what do you think about Real Madrid form of recent?
Well, it's been a very good run of form. I watched the match over the weekend, and I need to say that Zidane was very fantastic. He knew he had a problem. Initially, he tried to play Valverde on the wing to try and push the Atletico defender, Lorry, from coming forward because of Valverde's space. But he noticed that they were still trying to overrun them in the middle. So what he did is that he took Valverde back to the middle and brought in Vasquez with Carvajal on the right and brought in Vinicius and Mendy on the left. So he had these two attacking run of players going in at both left and right backs, and that's what got them the game. Vinicius changed the game, and it was a brilliant cross from Mendy. Mendy has been a different kind of player since joining Real Madrid. I think since all the matches he has played, he has not conceded any goal since he has been playing. He has, I think, 3 or 4 or 5 assists or so. But he's been very decent. And I don't know, I think Valverde has been the difference in Real Madrid's team this season. Since he came into the team, they've been playing differently. And I think Ramos has gotten past that phase of when the season started, when he was very unstable with the defense, who is coming in, who is leaving. The team was very unsettled. They were still in that phase of, I've won it all. I don't think we need to really fight for any other team. But big ups to them now. They are settled and they are playing like a proper team. And for one, I was thinking Zidane was riding his luck, but I think he is a proper coach now.
Oris, what do you think about your rivals, Real Madrid? They've been on form recently. They are now on top of the league, unbeaten in a couple of matches now, on top. 3 points above you, pending if you guys win today. What do you think about
6 points above?
6 points exactly. What do you think about your rivals?
Guy, I'm envious of them. They are doing very well. They are stable defensively, like you said. Courtois, clean sheets upon clean sheet. They've not conceded about 7 or 8 games now. 13 goals conceded in the league. I think unbeaten in 21 games. They are just is the thing with Real Madrid. They are just picking form at the right time of the season. You understand? And as a Barca fan, I'm very worried. Let me not even lie to you, Seb. Let me not lie to you. And they've done this without Hazard, and they've also done this without Bale. Benzema has been, and that Valverde boy that they brought. Why we had
That's the Joker. That's the Joker. That guy is an absolute beast in that midfield. I don't know where they got him from. I don't know where he came. I heard he's Uruguayan. I don't know where he played for before coming to Real Madrid. That guy is an absolute beast.
Why we had our own Valverde that was dragging us back and pulling us back. Real Madrid had their own that is taking them. I don't even understand. So, but when you have Messi, you know that everything's going to be all right. So we're hoping something. Anyway, I'm thinking Zidane has really in the game against Atletico, the changes he made in the second half that won them the game. That guy, I used to always tell people that a lot of people used to want to attribute his success down to Ronaldo and say Ronaldo won in 3 Champions League, Ronaldo. But that guy is a tactician, and I won't be surprised if come the Champions League when they take on Man City, they completely whitewash Man City because that guy. Anyway, we'll wait and see, Sha.
Todimu has joined us on the podcast for the first time this season on the VA Center podcast. Todimu, we haven't heard your take on your new manager, Kike Setien. I know you're a Barcelona fan, so we just want to hear your take. What do you think about your new coach and your new playing style?
Well, hi, Tega. I think with what I've watched, I think I'm quite impressed with what I'm seeing. We are taking possession. We are actually passing frequently. We're not scoring goals like we should, and it takes a lot to actually unlearn what I've been learned for 2.5 years. But I think I'm just keeping my fingers crossed till the end of this season. I'm not very. I won't say I'm going to say I'm expecting much when it comes to the Champions League. We're expecting much with La Liga either. But let's just see how this season goes. But so far, I'm not seeing. I think I'm impressed with what I've seen so far. I think with the way the players are more, should I say gingered? Is ginger the word? Now, even in training sessions, if you follow them on Instagram, you realize that they are more eager to actually say they want to train during their training sessions and then on the field. Like my friend was telling me that everybody, like I think it was the match before Valverde was sacked, they're like, they are actually very okay with their pace. Everybody is now very lazy. So it takes a lot to actually unlearn the lazy ways. You get?
Yeah. Your team won 5-0, I think, this weekend. Are there positive changes now to your team?
You know, we lost to Valencia and we're saying it was going to take time. So if I now say because we won 5-0 to the team that we're taking that's currently bottom of La Liga, it's going to make me an hypocrite. But the performance was good. The passes were faster. The passes were quicker. And I don't know. For me, our home games are never a problem. No matter who's our coach, no matter how bad we are, we hardly lose at our home. You get. Even last season, we won Liverpool at home under Valverde. I'm interested in seeing our next game against Atletico Bilbao, where we play them in the Copa del Rey, I think quarterfinals. So I want to see how we perform away, because that's going to be the difference between us winning this season and us not winning. So let's see how well we perform there. So till then, fingers crossed.
Last week we were on the podcast when we got the breaking news of Kobe Bryant's death, and over the week we've seen so many tributes for Kobe Bryant. The Lakers did one. We saw Neymar's celebration. We saw Jadon Santos celebration. You know, there's nothing. It just shows how big he is. He outgrew his sports. It was just a inspirational figure, especially with what he even achieved outside the realm of basketball. You know, he when he retired, he moved into filmmaking and won an Oscars. His first animated series, he won an Oscars. Just the amount of achievements he had throughout his whole career. Williams, what do you think about Kobe Bryant's legacy?
Kobe was he had a fantastic time on earth. I have to give it to him. But I'm of the opinion, okay, his death divided the internet into two. Those that were pro Kobe and those that were anti Kobe, in the sense that some people were of the opinion that when he was on earth, we didn't celebrate him enough.
Yeah.
But now that he's dead, everybody is putting up his pictures everywhere, trying to say he was this, he was that, he was a mentor, he was a father, he was a girl dad, and all that stuff. So people were of the opinion that why wasn't he celebrated more when he was alive? How many people posted up his birthday pictures? How many people congratulated him when his movie came out? When he was in the NBA, how many times was he praised? Now that he's no longer on air, people are uploading his pictures. His Instagram followers have increased from 20 million to over 40 million in the space of a week. People are sending him, tattooing their bodies, changing their profile pictures, holding events, trying to remember his family and all that stuff. So the internet was really divided. But that's on the side. Nobody has the right to define how another person is supposed to grieve. If I decide to upload his picture on my status, that's my personal problem. But that is just a by the way talk. Kobe was an absolute and complete athlete. He was friends with both footballers, boxers, racers, movie stars, and all that. I was watching an advert he did with Messi some time ago when they were on the plane, when he came to PSG to visit Mbappe and Neymar, when he came to Man U, when he came to Real Madrid, and when he came to watch the World Cup with the Spanish team. He was an all-round athlete, and it's really sad that we've lost him, and the NBA will forever be grateful to him for coming to grace them with his presence. It's sad.
Yeah, for me, I think that opinion was really shared by, I don't want to say myopic Nigerians, but most people that were saying that why are you uploading his status were people who were not really in tune with what was going on in basketball, because on Saturday, last week Saturday was the day LeBron James outpassed Kobe Bryant in terms of will I say the football equivalent of goal scoring, and he finally
total number of points.
Exactly. And that was when LeBron James outpassed Kobe Bryant, and we could see even in that achievement, Kobe Bryant was well celebrated the night before his death. People were talking about him. People were talking about his legacy as LeBron James was about to surpass Kobe Bryant's points. And the next day, he dies. So people that were thinking, they didn't talk about Kobe Bryant this, they didn't talk about Kobe Bryant, are people that were not even in tune with basketball, in tune with sports. They just see a post and they're like, why didn't they celebrate it when he was alive? For God's sake, he was alive, and people continue to celebrate Kobe Bryant because what he achieved, basically those people have not even achieved quarter of what he has achieved. It's just sad that he's gone. I think it's just very painful.
I think apart from even being a wonderful one of the best basketballers ever, the guy was an inspiration. Off sports and everything, he was a real life inspiration for his work ethic, the amount of work he puts. He's like, you understand? So I don't understand. Plus, when I heard you, I was on the podcast when I heard it, and I could not believe. I literally did not want to believe it, because growing up, I'm not really a big basketball fan, but I knew him. Who doesn't know Kobe Bryant? It's like saying you don't know Ronaldo. It's like saying you don't know Ronaldo or you don't know Messi. He's that big. You understand? So it's a sad, the death plus him dying with his daughter was actually very, very.
It was very, very terrible.
It was shocking, terrible news, but God knows best. To wish him and his family all the best.
Yeah. Rest in peace to every single family affected in the crash, and it's just a sad one. Extra time. Now, Samson Siasia was banned by FIFA for life for match fixing when he was still the coach of Nigeria. He was banned for life by FIFA, and over the last couple of weeks now, he has come online, both on YouTube, on social media, to beg Nigerians to donate money to help him fight this cause. I was speaking to my boss about this now, and my boss said when he was chopping when he was chopping the money, he did not save. Now they banned him. Now he's begging Nigerians for money. Williams, what do you think about our Delta State brother? Is it brother? Where is it from? Is it Bayelsa? Okay, from Bayelsa. What do you think about the whole situation?
You know the thing about wealth, It intoxicates you. People do not plan for rainy days, and Siasia is one of them. He felt that, okay, since he's in the spotlight, he will always have that steady income coming. But I'm not in the best position to judge him because we were talking from an outside perspective.
Yeah.
Perhaps he must have saved up some money and it must have gotten exhausted. Or they must have frozen some of his accounts, which may are linked to the match fixing fraud. So he may be broke now. But then again, when you are in power, you have to help people around you, because when the chips are down, it's that same people that you helped that will sustain you. And it is very evident and obvious that when he was the coach, he didn't do so well to a lot of people, because I see no reason why people who he helped will see him suffering and won't want to help him. Even his old players that he brought into the national team, out of their generosity, should be able to say, okay, Siasia, take this amount of money. You were the one that brought me to the national team. But nobody is doing that. Somebody like Mikel could have done that to him. And then again, nobody wants to contribute money for you to fight FIFA. It's like a lost cause. How do you want to fight FIFA? Just what you should ask, you should look for money to start up something and continue with it.
What, Williams, what should they start off? Is it like a shop or a kiosk?
I don't know.
Because he can't work in football anymore. So what should they?
It should start selling bags on his WhatsApp status.
It should come. I'll teach him Forex. It should come and
What Siasia is doing is an insult on our sensibility, because for FIFA to ban you, there is almost irrefutable evidence. They must have done their homework. So you coming out to now tell Nigerians to contribute money for you to go and fight a case by FIFA, where your own football association that employed you as a coach has absolutely withdrawn their hands from you. To me, it's an insult on our sensibilities. They are just taking Nigerians for granted, and they should be arrested for trying to defraud people.
well, I don't know about getting arrested, but we'll see about that. Oris, Donald Trump has banned Nigerians for moving permanently to the United States. No, you can go there and visit maybe 1 or 2 weeks, depending on how many weeks on your visa, is it your travel visa. But permanently cannot reside as a Nigerian in the US. What do you think about Trump? He has been throwing bans left, right, center. Finally landed to us.
Let me tell you, I'm not really in tune with politics. Politics is not really my thing. But I follow Trump on Twitter and I love his tweets. They're hilarious. The man is a clown. It cracks me up.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about what's happening with the ban, but from what I was saying, I was hearing it has a lot to do with the fact that we are rehabilitating Boko Haram members. So I think they are scared that maybe one of them could. So I don't know. It's actually just the wrong time because I was already planning on moving permanently from Nigeria. But
to the States.
Maybe we'll go to Canada next.
Finally on the podcast, dear Daddy Dadeboy tweeted a very sensitive topic that's angered a lot of people. And bear with me for a second. I really love to read the tweet, so we can all get our takes on this matter, because it was a serious issue that happened recently. But if I can't see the tweet, I think we'll move on. Okay. Dadeboy said, one of my sons once told me that he was always excited to resume in the office every Monday because he would get to see secretary again. I told him to fire her immediately. Nothing and no one is worth your marriage. And Twitter was
Tega, you have completely isolated the tweet and just
Tega has changed the tweet, Edmund. That was exactly how it was said.
Edmund, when you read it like that, when you read it individually like that, it sounds very bad. But if you follow the thread, you will get the point he's trying to make. So I don't understand why a lot of people.
Okay, what was the point? So what was the point?
when you are in a relationship, and relationship here, not boyfriend and girlfriend, it's talking about for married couple. Nothing should come in between you and your partner. You get. So when you read the whole,
and that means relieving a young innocent lady of her daily bread. I will call that unrighteous.
Listen to me. When you read that tweet like Tega has done now, then you completely miss the whole point, and you just, when you read it like that, it sounds so bad.
I got the point of the text of the tweet. Okay, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I believe in church. The problem I had with that tweet was firing the girl. You can't. It's a power play.
Williams, what did you think of the whole situation?
With all due respect to God Almighty, we're not going to talk about men of God, but I think I will have to chip in one or two.
You can actually talk about men of God. Yes. You can actually talk about men of God.
I said with all due respect, if are the ones that go to church, me, I'm the one that will not go. So I think Adeboye in his own elderly wisdom had a point, but in this generation, I think that will not suffice. One, because you have one. The woman is not the one making you one of your sons to be lustful towards her. Your son, you should be able to control himself. Then you trying to suck the lady does not solve the situation. Another lady will come into the work, and he is still lost after that secretary. Exactly. But you have created a chain of events in the sense that you have continuously sacked ladies and depriving them of their daily bread. For example, now, if that lady was a single mother with 3 children, she has to go and look for another job that will take care of her 3 kids. Meanwhile, you have denied her that small opportunity she was getting and the money she was being using to survive. So
because of the responsibility of your son.
Because of the irresponsibility of your son. So I think a proper counseling of that particular son should have been the best thing to do.
You guys are ridiculous. Listen to me,
Edmund, wait. I'm coming to your point. I'm coming to your point, Edmund. Wait.
There are a lot of things that I want to say, but I can't. I don't want to say them on this podcast because a lot of different reasons. But you should go to my page and you see my own thinking Edmund. There.
Okay, so the tweet, I saw other tweets that the so-said son refused to listen to the GO, and then a few months later, he had an affair with the woman, and which eventually led to the woman being pregnant. And then after that, he was, I think he was suspended for a while, or something like that, and so on and so forth. So I don't know. I thought it was a bit extreme when I read the tweet as well, but then we are very different, and I think everybody is taking it so personal because it was the GO that said it. If it had been a normal person who had said it, it wouldn't have raised so much noise like it did on Twitter. So I think
we hold them to higher standards.
We are very different. So for the GO to have told him something like that, maybe he knows the kind of son he has. So, we don't know everything about the story. We just a statement or a sentence, and then everybody just started assuming. So now, what the GO was trying to avoid, that was exactly what happened eventually. The lady got pregnant. After that, when he said he was getting excited, the GO had a lot of things like he didn't say in that excited word he said.
All right, then that comes to the end of the VS Ender podcast for this episode. It was fun. So many opinions, left, right, center. Edmund Oris, thanks for joining us on the podcast today.
Yeah, thank you. It was so much fun. I enjoyed. Ryan, it was nice talking sports with you. I look forward to seeing you more on our podcast.
You just look forward to insulting me because I'm a Man U fan. Thank you.
Always agree, bro.
Williams, thanks for joining us on the podcast once again.
It's always good to talk sports with my favorite people. Happy to be back here once more.
Dr. Ian, thanks for joining us on the show. It's been fun having you around.
And it was absolutely an honor to be here.
Todimu joined us late, but Anyways, we got to hear her for the first time in a long while. Todimu, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I'll be around more now.
Yeah, that's great. Can't wait
Don't worry.
Can't wait to have you and Ose on one of these days. That will be classic. All right, guys, check out the show on iTunes, on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for your plays, your likes, your downloads. It means a lot to us. Please take care of yourself, guys. Cheers.